Hey everyone, it's that time. It is I, and we're going to review one of two short films from Randy Lee Beasley. Today we are going to take a look at I'm No Hero, which gives us the story of Mac and Eric, who dressed up as superheroes as part of a documentary. Well, their parts kind of failed in the documentary, and it caused some tensions between their friendship. And we see how Eric really wants to truly fight crime, dress up as a superhero, and go, "Come with me, citizen," where Mac is like, this isn't really a good idea. Mac runs a comic book collectible shop, and he's like, maybe you should just tone it down and choose something else, Eric. And they're like, no, I want to do this. And so we see how that conflict and how these two choose different paths and how it tests their friendship and really truly affects their lives in the end. I'm No Hero premiered recently at the Laugh or Die Comedy Festival. And I will say, to date, this is probably some of the best written work from Randy Lee Beasley, namely in the comedic timing. The film opens very strong and very humorously. I love the banter between Mac and Eric. Now, Mac, played by Randy Lee Beasley, go figure, he edited, directed it, wrote it, and starred in it, as he does with most of his projects. And him and Luigi Bonanno, their chemistry is really good. Really felt like friends. I liked their banter. It was very funny. It starts off really strong in this short. It had me chuckling a number of times. And it felt genuine as too that these two are friends, And you can see Eric's bad choice. You're really like, no, dude, really, you shouldn't choose to be a superhero. So you are siding with the character of Mac. Now, as the film goes along, it does take some darker tones, but never gets too dark or serious. It always adds and interjects a bit of a lighter moment in there, especially a scene between Mac and Eric's dad, which I quite found interesting. Eric's dad was played by Rob Romero, and another regular in Randy Lee Beasley's films. And overall, I really liked the writing and the dialogue in this film. Now, the way it was edited, it moved along and clipped along nicely. Nothing really awkward or out of place on there. A couple of cuts in the dialogues where I really wish it would have been maybe a two-shot versus a cut, but that's all right. It wasn't distracting for me. Just something that stylistically threw me off a little bit. Now, also with this film, I will say though that it is a lower production value, so it's made on a shoestring budget. So you kind of have to look past that. I mean, there are spots where the audio wasn't quite level right. It was a little hard to understand the dialogue sometimes, but you'll get that in lower budget productions like this, and some of the night scenes as well. The way the lighting was done, threw me off a little bit. Again, though, on the whole, I think this is probably one of Randy Lee Beasley's best work, not only in the editing and writing and direction, but also the camera work as well. There's some interesting camera shots in here, and I really love the location they picked of the comic book collectible shots. So overall, I'm No Hero definitely is, I think, one of Randy Lee Beasley's strongest efforts. I think if you can check it out at a festival near you, I'll put a link down below to their information. Randy Lee Beasley's really coming along as a filmmaker, and I love seeing how each one of his projects he seems to be improving more and more with just all of his filmmaking skills in general. And I'm interested to see what his next project will be, which, if we can, I'm sure we'll bring a review to you. If you happen to see I'm No Hero, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts. If you're an independent filmmaker out there and you have a short or a feature you'd like to have reviewed here in the Final Cut, I'm all about the indie films, so please send them to me, thefinalcut.smp@gmail.com. Check that out, and thank you so much for your support as well. I appreciate you coming back for each one of these reviews, and until next time, folks, remember, keep that ticket stub.